Hi, so this is chapter 2 for study with me for the KIIP or 사회통합프로그램 level 5 exam. So level 2 is about 가족 or family, the Korean family. So like I said before, every chapter has two parts. So for the first part, there's two things that you should know, and for the second part, there's four things that you should know. The first thing in part one is that for a long time, it was the norm for people to live with their parents even after they got married. Like they got married, and then the wife would just move in with the husband and their family and their grandma and grandpa and everything. And it would be called 확대 가족, living with extended family. And the second thing to know about part one is that these days, because of 산업화, industrialization, 공부, study, like, children, not children, people having to go study, like at college or an institution, college or university, and 취업 or like employment, like trying to get a job. These days, many people leave their homes and they live alone or apart from their families. So these days, instead of the extended family, there's been many more 핵가족 or nuclear families. Okay, and then part two. Part two is actually really interesting. I knew this before, kind of, but it can be like if your country, I guess, doesn't have this similar concept, it can be kind of confusing. It was kind of confusing to me at first. But anyway, there's four things that you should know. And the first thing is that Korean families, they express the degree of kinship through something called chonsu. It's like this is what I just said, a number that expresses like the degree of kinship, like in the family tree, like how closely related you are to someone. I guess you have to think about it differently because I feel like in America, if everyone's like same mom, same dad, like everyone's like same level of kinship, it feels that way. Like you're that, but it has nothing to do with that. Like, okay, I'll explain it. If I can, I'll find like a picture to like better express it. If I do find the picture, I will put it here. Okay, so the second thing is that husband and wife, they don't follow this expressing of degree of kinship. There's no expressing of that. They're just husband and wife. There's no numbers. The third thing you should know is that parents and offspring, there's 1 degree of kinship. That's 1 degree of kinship. And brothers and sisters have 2 degrees of kinship, so each one. And the fourth thing that you should remember is that your brother's or sister's offspring has 4 levels of degree of kinship. So they are 사촌. So this is why cousin in Korea is 사촌. And if you look at the tree, try to put the tree up again. If you look at the tree, parents and offspring have 1 degree of kinship. And like I said, sisters and brothers have 2 degrees of kinship. So that is why in Korean, 삼촌, 3 degrees of kinship means uncle. Yeah, actually, in this whole section, it tells you like 50 different names. Like, actually, the concept of like titles in Korean when it comes to family is like really intense. Like you call everyone something different based on whether it's a woman or a man, or there's so many different things, like your aunt on your mom's side or your aunt on your dad's side or whatever. But for us, it would just be like aunt, and yeah. But I think the government knows we can't remember all that, so they just want us to remember before, many families used to live together with grandma all the way to baby, and now the nuclear family is more common than before, and that Korean families express kinship through numbers. And that's pretty much all it has you remember. And now my cat is crying, so I must go. Bye.